Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Thursday, September 10th, 2015, around 6:25 in the morning, Billerica, Massachusetts. Going to be a mix of sun and clouds today. Might be some rain showers, highs in the 70s, much more lower. It's not going to be that hot or humid. Some news to report. The Boston Red Sox beat the Toronto Blue Jays by a score of 10-4. Big Poppy David Ortiz hit another home run, 32nd of the season, 498th of his career. He is 2 home runs away from 500. Tonight's the NFL season starts. The Pittsburgh Steelers against the New England Patriots at Foxborough. Catch the game on NBC. The New York Mets swept the Washington Nationals. They were down all 3 games early, but they came back, and this delivered the knockout punch to the Washington Nationals' chances to win the National League East, and it could be changes for the Nationals. Today is World Suicide Prevention Day, and today is also the peak of the hurricane season. No hurricanes or tropical storms have made their landfall in the United States this year. And that's about it on the news. My first video subject of the day is the continuation of the top 10 list of everything and everything. I've reached the top 10 greatest college football announcers of all time. This is a very impressive list. And here they are. Number 10 on this list of the greatest college football announcers of all time. Chris Fowler, the current head play-by-play announcer for ABC and ESPN. He was originally the college game day host for ESPN for many years, and last year he moved into the number 1 play-by-play role of college football on ABC and ESPN, and he's very good at it. Number 9 on this list of the greatest college football announcers of all time, Dan Davis. Dan Davis was the voice of the Boston College Football Eagles for many years. He's famous for calling Doug Flutie's Hail Mary Pass in 1984. Eventually, he worked for ESPN Radio for many years. Number 8 on this list of the greatest college football announcers of all time, Sean McDonough. Sean McDonough was the one time the number 1 play-by-play announcer of college football on CBS. He's worked for ABC and ESPN doing college football. He's very good at it, and he's called many bowl games. Number 7 on this list of the greatest college football announcers of all time, Ron Franklin. Ron Franklin was at one time the number 1 play-by-play announcer of college football on ESPN. He worked for the worldwide leader in sports for over 30 years. His style of play-by-play was outstanding. He's now retired from doing play-by-play for college football, but he was one of the best. Number 6 on this list of the greatest college football announcers of all time, Gus Johnson, who's currently the number 1 play-by-play announcer of college football on Fox. He's famous for saying many one-liners and stuff like that. Before he worked for college football games on CBS in the mid-1990s, he's very enthusiastic with his calls. Number 5 on this list of the greatest college football announcers of all time, Tom Hammonds. Tom Hammonds was a long-time play-by-play announcer of Notre Dame football games on NBC, plus he called a lot of Orange Bowls for NBC in the mid-1990s. Very good, underrated announcer and stuff. He comes in at number 5. Number 4 on this list of the greatest college football announcers of all time, Kurt Gowdy. Kurt Gowdy worked for college football for ABC in the early 60s and stuff. He called a lot of Rose Bowl games for NBC in the 70s and stuff. And in the mid-1980s, when he was winding down his play-by-play career, he came back to ABC to do college football. It was like coming full circle for him. Number 3 on this list of the greatest college football announcers of all time, Vern Lundquist, who's the number 1 play-by-play announcer of the SEC on CBS. He's had that role for 16 years. He's very good at it. He also called a lot of college football games in the in the 70s for ABC and the early 80s for CBS. He comes in at number 3. Number 2 on this list of the greatest college football announcers of all time, Brent Musburger. Brent Musburger started calling college football games for CBS in the 1980s. Then when he moved to ABC and ESPN in 1990, he was the number 2 college football play-by-play announcer. Eventually, when like Keith Jackson finally retired, he got into the role as the number 1 play-by-play announcer of college football for ABC and ESPN. He was very good at it, and he's done many college football championship games for for ABC and ESPN. And number 1 on this list of the greatest college football announcers of all time, Keith Jackson. Keith Jackson did college football for ABC for over 40 years. He done so many Sugar Bowls and Rose Bowls and stuff, and national championship games. His famous quote was, "Whoa, Nelly." He retired after the 2005 season, and he's enjoying retirement. And that's about it on this list. We'll be back later on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. 2 more video blogs will be about WWE Wrestling Spotlight and the television show, and the 3rd and final video blog of the night will be about the late great former Celtics and Bruins owners, Walter Brown. Keep calm, everybody. And I'm Julie Bratton Guy. Julie Bratton's from Local 6, Orlando, Florida, who broadcasts the news. She has a cute smile and nice legs. Molly Rosenblatt of Fox 35 Rocks, and Amy Swansea of Wish 2 Rocks, and Elizabeth Hart of Local 6 Rocks. And in words of Sean Lucha, get out.